Hi, I'm Shannon, and for my project, I chose to discuss the Coeur d'Alene peoples and their oral tradition, which is the story of the coyote and crane. I'll start with an overview of their culture. First, with the geography, their territory spanned from the southern of Lake Pend Oreille to the north of Bitterroot Mountain Range in Montana, east to the Palouse and North Fork of Clearwater Rivers, and to the east of Spokane Falls, which is kind of a mouthful, but I included this map here to give you an idea. It was 4 million acres of fir ponderosa freshwater rivers, forest, mountains, just really beautiful. For religion, I wanted to talk about the winter medicine dances or jump dances. We just learned about those recently. So members would sing Sumish songs, which roughly translates to spiritual power. Shamans blessed participants and doctored the sick. The powers from animal people would bring good health during jump dance. And as I'll get to later, the animal people are from the oral tradition, so that's why I want to include this ritual because it ties into the story. So moving on to social organizations, they were egalitarian, so no ranks, treated each other fairly equal. I actually read somewhere that um, they all hunted together, gathered fruits together, and oftentimes the majority of it or a lot of it was given to individuals and families in need, which I thought was pretty interesting. They made up of three loosely structured bands, and chiefs, there were chiefs, they were elected by everybody. Typically, though, the chiefs would be sons of current chiefs. After that brief overview of their culture, I want to move into an introduction to the oral tradition. So first, this story was used for teachings, the story of the coyote and crane. The teachings were about to give an understanding to the land they lived on, kinship among the members, and the sharing of gifts. I'll talk a little more about that later. As I've mentioned several times, it is a story, so it is shared through storytelling. Typically in the winter, elders would tell this oral tradition to their youth to teach them these teachings. And finally, like many other oral traditions, it explains the creation story, and actually the Coeur d'Alene people's names means the ones that were founded here. So now I wanted to go over and highlight some of the most important or what I consider more important parts of this oral tradition. So the first peoples, or the animal peoples, I mentioned them earlier when I was discussing religion. They became, or they were created before humans were. Primarily there was the crane, coyote, chief of wild yellow root. Now all of these symbolized something or taught something through their behaviors. Crane taught the importance of sharing. The coyote was pretty mischievous. And chief child of yellow root became the moon, actually, is what they believed in their oral tradition. So how the Coeur d'Alene people were created was a gobbler monster was eating the animal peoples, and the coyote, as I said, was mischievous, tricked the monster to eat him, and he was able to free animal peoples and kill the monster, and the remains of the monster created the humans. As I said, their name translates to the ones who were found here. So just a very brief overview of the story. I really think the creation story aspect of it is really interesting, but definitely go check it out. So now I want to kind of discuss the functions of the oral tradition. I thought it would be more interesting to include what elders of the tribe have said. Lawrence Aripa, this is his quote. The story teaches children what is right and what is wrong. As I said, the coyote is more mischievous. I forgot to mention the crane also teaches the consequences along with misbehavior. And so that helps children, know moral behavior. And then Henry C. John, he said, "We survive by our oral traditions, which are basic truths, our basic facts, handed down from our elders. They are the basis of our songs, our vision quests, our sharing," which I really enjoy this quote. I think it's very admirable. It really is the foundation of their entire culture, which I think is really cool. I wanted to share those quotes with you. But that is the end of my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed. I found this all very interesting. These are the sources I used. That link on the bottom I got from the University of Idaho Library. Actually, it is all these recordings of elders teaching the importance of the oral tradition. So I highly recommend checking that out. It's very interesting. But if you have any more questions on my project, let me know in the discussion post. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.